Alright, so here we are on materials. What kind of materials do I need? We've talked about all the tools. We've got it down, this is what I need. This is what I can buy if I want to make things faster, easier, whatever. But now I need to know what kind of materials. So the stuff that's going to get used up, or as opposed to the tools, the things you'll have forever. So we'll talk about first if we're doing, say, a concrete floor. Obviously the easiest kind of floor because you don't have to put anything on top of it. It's already good, it's solid, it's ready to go, unless it has cracks and those kind of things. But we work through all those later on when we talk about the subfloors, and actually we do a floor that's all concrete. So if you have the concrete that's got some dips or whatever, you would use something like this concrete filler to fill in your holes. Now there are many different kinds, and depending on what kind of floor you have, this particular one is for over concrete. We'll talk about if you're going over a wood subfloor, then it's the same idea, but it's specifically for a plywood floor. So that just totally varies on what your floor is and what kind you get, but that's the idea. You would just mix it up with water, put it down, and then it hardens. We show you how to do that, but that's one thing you might need to fill in any holes. Now, back over to concrete. If you have just a few spots and you notice that there is some flexing going on in the concrete, this particular one here is called flexible floor patch and leveler. So if your floor, for whatever reason, has some flex to it, concrete floor that still is moving a bit, especially in the newer homes, they have problems with not having enough settling before they put the homes on top of it, and you get big cracks, and you're ready to tile. You don't want to just say, well, I can't tile because the floor might move. This way you put this in the cracks, and it allows for that a bit of movement, and it's a safe way to go. There's also some rubber type membranes you can roll over top of the whole floor, concrete floor, which allows for more movement then. And that's getting into the bigger problems, and I would have a professional come in and look at it before you get into that kind of stuff. Don't just say, well, let's just do this to try and fix the problem, but be careful with that when you get into the big cracks. The older homes usually don't have that problem. If you are wanting to, say, waterproof your tile, because if you do like a baseboard and you want to make sure everything is waterproof, a tile baseboard, then you would use a type of caulking. In this case, this is a silicone caulking, which is pure silicone, so it's very, very waterproof. There are other kinds that are half silicone and half, it's water-based. I can't even think of the name right now, sorry. But there's just different kinds to use. If you want to make sure it's very waterproof and mildew-proof kind of thing, the silicone's a good way to go. It's smellier, you have to watch for that, and it's not as easy to clean up. You can't just wash your hands, it comes off. You have to really wipe them, and your hands will stink for a while once you use it, because you do have to get your hands, and we show you how to do that and other times as well. There's also a product called PL Premium. This is if you're going to be gluing any baseboard up. We show you how to do that. This stuff works really well. You put it on the back of the baseboard and then stick it up. It's a they call it construction adhesive. They should pretty much call it an all-in-one adhesive. It sticks to anything, including you. So be careful. Use gloves, or just be very careful when using this, because when it gets on your skin, it stays for a very long time. But it works really well for any gluing applications.